All right, YouTube. I'm going to be talking to you about why, if you're over 40, you need to be doing YouTube videos. I just got into this game. I haven't been in it a month yet. Well, right at a month. But let me share with you what I've learned. There's all the talk about the algorithm and trying to get the right thumbnails and, try to make sure you get, good content. You know what I'm beginning to see? It ain't about all of that stuff. It's about just hard work. More or less. Hard work. Just sitting down in front of the camera, putting together some videos. And the more you put together, the more content you have, the more you have for people to actually have an opportunity to like. They talk about the monetization piece. Let me tell you this here. This is no joke. I've heard about YouTube. I heard about all of the, you could make money on YouTube. But I never took it seriously. I didn't think there was that much money in it. I really didn't. But now, it's a totally different game as far as how I think mentally. And the reason why is, now watch this here. Let me go back a little bit. You got to hear this piece. I'm sitting here. Now, I'm in that group that's over 60. And if you're over 40, get to YouTube. If you want a future, get to YouTube. That's where the money is. Now, here's where I was going with this. I'm sitting around the house, 60 now, 60 plus. I'm 60 plus now. And I've got a little kid, a grandkid with me, sitting there looking at YouTube. This little kid, Ryan, or something like that. And I can't, people might know what I'm talking about. But at the time, I'm with the 6-year-old. And he's looking at YouTube, looking at this little kid, Ryan, make videos. And they were doing things around the house. I'm working on the PC, doing my little thing, spreadsheets, Word documents, presentations, working. Look over at him, just keep an eye on him. I'm babysitting at the time. Wife's out, doing something, up at Kroger or, shopping or something. And when I say Kroger, I don't know if you have a Kroger in your area, but Kroger is our local grocery store. And I'm keeping an eye on him. And I look at him. He's over there looking at Ryan. And I'm like, he's in the house. He's busy. He's staying active, not physically active, but, I hear him laughing. So I leave him alone. Before I know it, I'm sitting here on the PC working for an hour, hour and a half. I look over at him. He's sitting there laughing and having fun for an hour and a half on YouTube. I'm saying that for this point here. All while he was looking at YouTube, the people that created that content were getting credits. They were getting viewers. He probably didn't subscribe, but this little kid, Ryan, I was telling you about, made like children's videos, like a mother and father and a little child. And they're making videos. And I'm saying that because of this. Man, that guy's a billionaire now. A billionaire. With a B. Not the M. A B. And I'm like, if I had started this stuff when Lil Joe was sitting there looking at this stuff, if I had just been doing some things with him, making videos, making content, imagine where we'd be right now. Look here. If you're 40, if you're 50, especially if you're 60, way things are going up, cost of stuff now, man, you better get your butt up and get to moving, because I'm realizing there's a lot of money out there to be made. I've sat back for I don't know how long just doing nothing, just chilling, just enjoying cutting the grass, getting out, just walking around during the daytime shopping, going out here to this park, to that park, jogging here and there, just doing routine things, shooting ball. Now I'm beginning to realize, hey man, how much money did you leave on the table? How much money you leave on the table? You sitting here letting all of this stuff get by you. And if you work your whole life, and you etched out a marginal living, made enough to take care of a family, fine and good, the American way. Take care of your family, you make sure everybody's healthy and fed and all that stuff, you did all right. But if you can take it to that next level, that's when you can look around and say, you know what? Everybody I grew up with, I'm kind of on the same level as them, or maybe a notch above. Here, when I was young, I used to like jazz. And there was a guy named Earl Klugh. He was like one of these jazz guitarists. And we were, we're about in the same age bracket. I used to listen to him when I was in my 20s. And then one day, this was about 3 months ago, I'm like, Earl Klugh made millions. And I was a young man in the same time frame, in the same frame of mind. I used to like, I don't think jazz makes you anything special, but my particular case, that's what I was into. But he's a millionaire now, a millionaire. And I'm like, if I had stayed focused and followed the path, I'd probably be right there too. Instead of, worrying about, hey man, taxes are due. Well, I better hold off. I better watch the spending. Trust me, if you're in your 40s right now, you don't want to get into your 60s. I'm in my 60s. You don't want to get into your 60s and be worried about, hey, do I have enough to cover the property tax? If, when you go in the grocery store, you go, man, I sure would love to get me some baby back ribs. But I'm just using some real life examples. You ain't got to worry about that cost if you have enough money in the bank. Right now, I'm realizing I wasn't as prepared. And I'm back out here. I got my hustle on again. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm letting you know, do it right now, because the money is not being made on these jobs. I mean, it's good to do a 9 to 5. That's what I did. But I've had an eye-opening experience. And this eye-opening experience is, get your butt to YouTube. They're giving away money. They're printing money. I wouldn't say it like that. But if you do well, you can make money. Now, watch this here. I'm looking at this one lady, she was like, I'm 66 and retired. It was something about single women overseas or something like that. I can't remember the title of the video. But she was talking about how she's making more now than she did in her whole career. And I'm beginning to see the same thing. I'm like, I haven't made a penny yet. I've only been at this a month. I haven't figured out everything yet, but I haven't made a single penny. But I realize this is where it is. This is where it is. It took me a long time to open my eyes, but this is where it is. And now, I'm actually kind of mad at the young folks in my daggone family. The more I think about it, here's what I mean by that. Man, them suckers should have told me that this is the new frontier. It's like the California gold rush. It's like going up into Denver, up in Colorado, and, going through the streams and finding gold because it's plentiful. Man, the young folks didn't even tell us that. Didn't tell me. So guess what? I've now heard, I've now opened my eyes. I now see that this is the new frontier. Don't miss the new frontier. And if you're in your 60s, you better reflect back on Barry White, when Barry White was telling us he had a song called Change. And that song said, technology was gone stone mad, and if you miss it, it's tough too bad, because money talks and no doubt about it. And that was profound. He was giving us direction. Now, the new frontier is in content creation, making stuff, being interesting, putting it out there. And all of these videos, trust me when I tell you, I have looked at a lot of videos. I spent, before I even started doing the videos, oh man, let me guess roughly how many hours. I'll say, well, just hypothetically, let's say I put a month into, let's say a 3-hour, 4-hour day, just looking at videos, just learning. And everybody was talking about, hey man, you got to do this, you got to do that. But I'm going to reflect back on what I just said a minute ago. It's all about getting behind the camera, or getting in front of the camera, it's a better way of putting it. Getting in front of the camera and making content. Guess what? I'm in the content game. The content game. That's my new hustle. My new hustle is the content game. So I say, watch out. I say, welcome to everybody that follow me. And I want to say that I'm on my way. All right. I think I am going to move on to another topic that I want to talk to you about too. And it's going to go right back to monetization. They base it all upon, from what I've understood so far, you get a deposit once a month, once you start making some money. And what you have to do is, I'll be reflecting back on when I say keep hustling. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I'm looking at, here's one for you. I looked at one video, and it had like 255,000 views. All right. And I'm like, okay, what made it successful? I looked at the thumbnail. All it was a young lady sitting there inside of her car. She was talking about, I'm doing DoorDash and it's killing me. I mean, I'm working like a dog. She just started shooting videos from her car. I guess she was doing it, in between stops. Because all of her videos, I looked at the thumbnails and all of the videos were just a picture of her inside of her car. And I'm like, she's getting 200,000, 250,000 views. And I mean, all it takes is just one video to go viral. And then all of a sudden you're monetized. Everybody knows that you have to get 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours, or you wouldn't even be looking at this right now, because I'm going to put this under, how to monetize. You wouldn't be looking at it right now if, in fact, you weren't monetized or trying to get into monetization. Or, man, where was I going with that? I just lost where I was going with that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You got to also cut, man. I got to cut right there. I just lost myself. Geez, I got to come back. I got to cut right there. Let me stand up so I can mark this place. Okay, now I'm back. Hey, let's talk about why you should start a YouTube channel even if nobody watches you. Hey, for everybody that's out there that are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, thinking about trying to get monetized. I'm not monetized yet. Just started. I've only been in this game. It's less than a month. Let's call it a month. Let me just call it a full month right now. And you're probably not going to make any money in your first month. No, not unless you have studied the algorithm and understand what has to be done. Probably work with somebody. That's the most important thing. Work with somebody who's been successful, and then they're able to give you the pointers that you might need. But you know what I noticed? Seems like everybody's stealthy, man. I mean, you try to ask people, hey, what do I need to do to get some subscribers? And people don't want to share their secrets. It's like they're going to take subscribers from them. Guess what? When I learn this game, I'm going to tell everybody. Now, I hate to say it like that, but trust me, when I learn this game, I'm going to put it out there for every single body. I'm going to tell you, hey, here's what you have to do. Tony learned the hard way. I'm making it easy for you. Here's a step-by-step. Here's a flow chart. Here's a roadmap. Here's guidelines. Here's your map. We'll call it anything you want to call it. But once I learn how to do this here, I will be coming back at you telling you how to make the money, because YouTube is the thing. I mean, Facebook's got its thing, but I'm not going over there. I am, I'll take that back. Dog, I hate to say it, but I don't think there's the opportunity to make money like it is on YouTube. I think I'm just going to be an exclusive YouTube man. But when it comes to getting monetized, as soon as I figure out this rhythm, and believe me, I know how to study. I study pretty well at times. When I figure out this rhythm and figure out how to get this going, I'm going to make another video coming back at you saying, hey, forget all of those loopholes. Walk straight to the front of the line. This is how you do it. And yeah, but I say that everybody need to be starting a YouTube channel. That's why I began this here. And the reason why I say everybody need to have a YouTube channel is because it is the new way of earning a living. It is the new way of putting money in your pocket. Think about this here. Think about this. If you had an opportunity to go out and work 30 years on a job. No, make it more simple. Watch this here. Imagine you have to get up early in the morning and fight rush hour traffic. You got to get out there and hustle. You got to get out there on the cold winter morning when that rain is coming down, slush. It's cold. Your socks are wet when you get to work because you had to splash through slush in order to get across the parking lot to the office, to the factory, or wherever you're going. Imagine that. All of a sudden you can just say, man, I ain't got to get out in this. I can do everything from the warmth of my home. I can do everything from my front yard. I can do everything from a park over here. And I mean, if you want a nice green background or something. But that's the reason why you need to start a channel. You need to start that because now all of a sudden you're making your life simple. You're making your life good. You took the hustle out of it and put the hustle right in your lap, doing it the way you want to do it. Because there's old saying, hey, you're not going to be rich working a 9 to 5. That's true. I didn't become rich. 9 to 5 was my way of doing it. I wish I had done this though. I wish I had been working at 9 to 5 and doing me some YouTube on the side. I don't care if it was like 1 hour a day after work. I don't care if it was on the weekends, like a weekend project. And then I just post it, like once a week. Oh, that's another thing too. I'm beginning to think that y'all put multiple videos out. Because if you only have one video, not many people are going to see it. But if you have, oh man, I got to cut right there. It's a squirrel on my daggone ledge. Hey, I'm back with you. I had to deal with a squirrel. Watch this. I'm sitting here recording, and I have the window open, and in the background, I see a squirrel sitting on the ledge, just looking at me. And I kind of gazed at him for a second. I'm like, don't look at me looking at you. Go on about the business, man. You distracted me. I'm trying to record. I had to get up and hit the window to kind of jar and scare him a little bit to make him run on. But I'm back with you now. Yeah, but what I was saying about monetization, hey, you got to go ahead and do that YouTube channel. And, that was the second part of it. I was talking about why you want to do a YouTube channel. Because there's money to be made. It's like working for yourself. It's like being self-employed. Being your own boss. Calling your own shots. Be like, hey, I want to talk about, man, there's that squirrel again. That sucker. I'll be right back. Man, I can't get that squirrel. That sucker, he going from window to window, window to wall. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back with you now. I'm in a battle with a squirrel right now. I might just leave this. Oh, let me just sit back. I might just leave this in here. Kind of funny. I don't know if anybody has to deal with squirrels, but I'm dealing with a squirrel right now, and he seems to want to get in on this recording session with me, and I can't invite him in the house. As a matter of fact, I just did a skit about a squirrel that got in the house, and people were trying to run around chasing it out. But nonetheless, back at you. But why you want to start a YouTube channel? You want to do it because, first of all, you'll be able to, no. Secondly, you'll be immortalizing yourself in film. Hey, you'll be capturing yourself so that one day you can look back on at yourself. That's one thing I wish I had done. I wish I had more video of myself. Got pictures everywhere. I wish I had more video of myself, like talking from when I was young. I would love to hear my 11-year-old voice right now, or my 9-year-old voice. I'd love to hear my 19-year-old self talk and reconnect with him. That's another good reason to why you want to start a YouTube channel. Not only for the opportunity to make money, but you'll be able to create some content where you can come back and look back at yourself and say, man, I sure was young back there. And as you get older, you're going to think about that. Now, I primarily started this off that if you're 40, you better get to YouTube. Hey, here's something for 40 and 50-year-olds. Now, 40-year-olds, got just a little bit longer than those 50-year-olds. And the 50-year-olds, you don't have much time to do this here, but watch this here. If you're 50, you're coming up on retirement. And, you know, you're going to probably get out of there at 55. 5 years is not a long time once you've done this here for so many years. And if you're 40, man, whatever you do, if I had the young me talking to me right now, I'd be on YouTube making money, because you have an opportunity to make more. And watch this too. Keep your job if you have to, but do YouTube too. Do it. Do YouTube too, because you can not miss a beat. You cannot miss a beat. You can actually go ahead and got to cut. Let me stand up right there. That's my indication to cut and come back. Okay, you can actually, where was I? Oh, let me cut again. Okay, yeah, I was saying that if you're in your 40s, you can daggone, you can do your own thing. You can do your own thing. You can keep your job for now. That's where I was. You can keep your job for now. But man, do the YouTube thing on the side. If you're worried about your family saying, oh, you spending too much time doing this and doing that, bring them in. Bring them into it too. So look here, I want all of y'all to come here and play like y'all doing this. You can make a skit out of it. Hey, I want y'all to act like y'all doing this here. And now the whole family is involved. You don't have to worry about anybody saying, hey, you spend too much time doing this here. It can be a fun thing. It can be a fun thing. Imagine doing something fun, doing something you like, and then all of a sudden you just made money at it. That's why those NBA players, man, I look at them and I'm like, man, you're a lucky dog. You get paid to shoot ball. Yeah, and think about this here. Think about a lady that she's loved brushing in her doll's hair when she was a little girl, and she loves doing hair. Then all of a sudden, she just get on YouTube, right? And she's got to do her daughter's hair anyway, but she just turned the camera on and say, you know what? Every time I do my daughter's hair, and then she could just lay out how she's doing her daughter's hair and show her how it's braided or how it's straightened or how it's combed or brushed or something. She could just be filming herself while she's doing it. And then all of a sudden, you just made money while you were grooming your child's hair, getting them ready for school tomorrow. But there's a lot of opportunities. That's why everybody need to have a YouTube channel. Everybody. Even if people don't watch. Even if they don't watch, it don't matter. Keep doing it, and sooner or later, people will see it. You know, they call it the algorithm. It'll pick up on it and distribute it for you. It doesn't matter. Just do it. And I hope that it's because I need to put a lot of content out there. And I would tell you that, no, I am going to say that. I'm going to say just every time you do your daughter's hair, film it. If it takes an hour, even better. If it takes 2 hours, doubly better, because now you got 2 hours of content to put out there. And then before long, one person will look at it, but they've looked at it for 2 hours, so that's a lot of viewing time. And then another person look at it for 2 hours, a lot of viewing time. So, a man, watch this here. You want to teach your son how to shoot basketball, and I've mentioned basketball on a couple of occasions because that's my thing. I like basketball. That's one of my hobbies. Set a camera up on the sideline. Just get out there and just play with your boy. Just, hey man, pass the ball. Hey, shoot it. And just have fun doing what you do. but you've got it on video. Now you can upload it to YouTube. Now you've created content. Now you've brought additional wealth into the family. Now you have a lot of pressure off of you, the financial pressure, and that financial pressure is real. Trust me when I tell you that. When all of a sudden you go to that service station or that gas station or that convenience store and you go to that gas pump and you go, man, God almighty, and it's $45 to fill up a tank. and I'm going to have a tank right now. But that's a large vehicle, but you get the meaning. You know how expensive it is to put gas in a car. You know. So this is a way to get some extra money coming in without having to spend extra time on the job. You don't have to go out there and spend the extra 3 hours working overtime. You're at home with your family, making money. Hey, I ain't got nothing against 8 to 5. I did it. Yeah. I wish I had known this game. I would have done it a little differently. Wouldn't have done it as long. Would have made my money a different way. But the monetization piece will come. I'm banking on it. I don't have a doubt in my mind. Just then, I just had a doubt, though. Because it felt like I was bragging just then. And you put bad luck on yourself bragging. I want to stay humbled. Stay humble. Whatever you do, don't take that as bragging, because something in my spirit just said that I felt like I was bragging just then. I want to be bragging about it. I hope, in fact, that I do make some money at it one day. I'd love to make $1 million. If I made $1 million, one of the first things I'm going to buy me? A convertible Mustang. I'm going to get me a convertible Mustang. Don't know what color it's going to be yet, but that's going to be one of it. That's my payoff. That's going to be my payoff. A convertible Mustang. I hope I can look back at this video one day and say that, hey man, you had a nice little goal set, had a vision, even said what you were going to buy and you did it. My mama would have been proud, boy, if I can accomplish that. She would have got sidetracked. But nonetheless, go for it. It's your dream. All right. Hey, let me tell you why I quit sitting around and started doing YouTube. All right. For everybody that's over 50, you can feel what I'm saying. But you young folks, listen to what I'm getting ready to say too, because you will be here at one point. Once you have worked several years on the job, and now you have the luxury of saying, hey, I'm retired now. Well, call me quits right now. You're going to be able to, where was I going with this here? Cut again. Oh, yeah, you're gonna find yourself sitting around a lot. And there ain't nothing wrong with sitting around, because, man, I tell you what, binge watching television sometimes, Game of Thrones and some of these other shows, like Boardwalk, and man, some of these shows are really nice. It can get easy to, it's real easy to just sit around and do nothing. Once you've called it quits or retired, I'm not going to sit around anymore. It's good to, take some downtime, but I'm not going to just sit around like how I've been sitting around. I'm getting off the couch. First of all, it'll help my blood circulation, help keep me young. But secondly, hey man, YouTube is where you go. YouTube is the thing. YouTube is the new frontier. You know, I put out something before about the new frontier. Trust me when I tell you, this is the new frontier. And I just wish I had discovered it a long time ago. I'm 10 years behind. I'm 10 years behind, but I'm here now. So, geez, let me stop it right there. I'm starting to get tired.